This podcast contains strong language and adult themes from the outset.
Finding the funny. Finding the funny. With Ruth and Ange. Finding the funny.
This week we are really excited to be welcoming a powerhouse of a woman onto Finding the Funny. She began her career on the hit MTV show Geordie Shore, a show I was completely obsessed with during all of her seasons. From this, she also starred in shows such as X on the Beach and has found herself on the cover of many a magazine. In 2015, she was crowned the Queen of the Jungle as she won the iconic show I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here. It was her humour, warmth and zest for life that meant she won the hearts of millions. Since then, her career has grown and grown, and she has now written books, been vocal about her mental health, and continued to be a voice around women's issues. She is unapologetically herself, open about the ups and downs of life, and continues to ensure she is consistently real with her followers and fans. Please give it up for a really warm welcome to one of our favourite women in media, Vicky Pattison!
Oh my god, that was so nice. Wasn't that such a nice intro? Fucking
honestly,
I'm proud of my fucking self after hearing that.
So you should be. So you bloody should be, Pattison.
Thanks, Babs. Thanks for having me, Ruth and Ange.
Oh, thank you for coming on. Yeah.
My
We
pleasure.
honestly were like, shit, Vicky said yes.
Ange and I love I'm a Celeb, Vicky.
We are obsessed.
We are obsessed with that show.
It's so
Yeah.
good, isn't it? Honestly, guys, yous are exactly the same as me. Like, whenever anyone says yes to my podcast, like, I do a little dance. I get so excited. It's mad, though, innit? Like, it started to be the barometer for which I judge people. Like, if someone says yes, I think, yes, you support other women, you're a good egg, like, you want other people to succeed, like, you're the duck's nuts.
Exactly.
And if someone says no, I think, you're a bit of a bell end.
You're a bit of a
You're a bit of a bell end. And I just got the card marked. And it doesn't matter how legitimate the reason is. I think I'll fucking remember that next time you've got a fake tan out, dickhead. And I do. I remember it. I'm so like that.
We have definitely got a few of those cards marked as well. So, you know, we've come across some pricks, some bell ends. So,
all
we're
the different
definitely with you.
dicks and
Do you know
all
what?
of that.
All the different
I
dicks.
was obsessed with your seasons of Geordie Shore, Vicky. I honestly, I like binged them, watched them. I've watched most of your seasons more than once, I think.
Now, I have to admit, Vicky, right? I have never watched an episode of Geordie Shore.
So we've got like polar ends of the spectrum here,
I'm a
haven't we,
massive
guys?
fan. This is basically Pats and I all the time. Like, she knows it all, she's watched it all, she's been there, she's all. I'm like, I ain't got a clue. who
Ange
you
doesn't
are.
give a shit.
I don't
Ange
really
doesn't
know the
give a shit.
program.
Are you not up on popular culture? No.
Oh,
Are you...
no, now music. Yes.
Right. Okay.
I would trump Patty music wise every day of the week.
Reality TV, she's got fucking nothing on me.
I don't. I've never watched one. I mean, I've heard about them. I heard about all the antics that went on.
Well, actually, on that, one of the questions we had for you, we had loads of questions from our listeners, but one that we had was, what is your wildest memory from Geordie Shore?
God, mate. Do you know what? It's actually rather disappointingly. I don't have that many clear memories as you can imagine. Not only was it 10 years ago, like it is a show that kind of revolves heavily around binge drinking and partying and all the rest of it. Apart from anything, it has blurred into one as well.
Sure.
But right, go on. Let me see if I can have a thing for you. I don't like to
Scan your memory. Scan your memory base.
Do you know, it wasn't when we were filming, right? But we were as a collective in Frankfurt in Germany. And
nice.
As you do.
Nice,
we got around.
yeah.
Get where a
Absolutely.
fucking draft wouldn't us by the end.
Did you have any bratwurst?
No, mate, actually, I distinctly remember just having loads of blue WKD. I couldn't believe I'd found somewhere that done it, and I was like, buzzing. In Germany, nonetheless. They probably had it shipped in specifically for us. But yeah, we were presenting an award at the EMAs, like European Music Awards for MTV,
Amazing.
and they were launching our show across Europe, and this was their way to like introduce it to audiences, I think. And we were standing there just getting ready to practice giving this award, and Kim Kardashian walked out. I know.
Oh my God.
I know. And she just walked on stage and they were like, can you step back? Can you step back? Kim has very little time to practice this and you need to get out the way. And I thought, yeah, all right, I get it. We're not as important. So we all just kind of shuffled back like, we're fucking trying to keep her cool because Kim Kardashian was within spitting distance. And she just was like, I'm so sorry, guys. And we were like, no, don't apologise, Kim. Fucking
Crack
get yourself
on.
away. Yeah.
That is amazing.
That was, so, I mean,
Now-
that was pretty epic.
Also, you know that. Do you know that I call Ruth Patty?
No, but like I was getting a bit confused because I'm Vicky Pattison, so I was like,
Yeah.
is she that familiar straight away? Because I like it, but I'm into it.
We were actually saying this was like the meeting of the two Patties.
Yeah, the Patty.
Yeah. Patty 1 and Patty 2.
Oh my god, it can only be one, Ruth.
There'll only ever be one Patty, and that is definitely not me.
That's you, Pattison.
No.
Yeah, that's Pattison for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah.
Well, getting a bit more up to date with TV and what you're currently doing or have done.
Okay.
I have watched the Celebrity SAS.
Oh
that
god,
you were
mate, fuck me up.
Holy shite! How the hell did
What
you
was
do
that
that? And what
like?
was it
God.
like?
It's just awful, guys. Honestly,
Was
I haven't
it?
got any nice words to say about it. Everyone keeps hoping like I'm gonna say like, oh yeah, it was really challenging and I took something away from it, but it's just a bag of shit on it.
Was it bad?
I just hated it so much. Like, obviously, I love like the people I did it with: Ulrika Johnson,
Yes.
Sarah Khan, Jay Quittington, Aurea Duba, Wes Nelson, Alexandra Burke. Like, I could go on and on and on. James Cracknell, who's became one of my most like favorite people in the world.
Wow.
Like, honestly, like I'm just in awe of the amazing people I did it with, and I'm so grateful that I got to meet them. But SAS as a show is just so tough, and it's everything,
Oh, my Lord.
everything you'd expect it to be, and then some. Like, and I just think. I know there's a whole new host of celebs who've gone out and done this year's, and I had some of them on the phone, and I was like, how do I tell them like how tough it actually is without like making them drop out, you know? 'Cause,
Totally putting them off.
yeah, or without leaving Channel 4 without a show, you know what I mean? And then they'll just be like, fucking Vicky Pattison, tell everyone how bad it is. So obviously I didn't want to be that dickhead, but I was like, I had a couple of them on, and I was like, you just can't. It is the toughest thing I've ever done. Yeah. And like just like the TV show, like when you watch it at home, it just doesn't quite do it justice. Like you run further, the packs way heavier, the weather is colder. Like the DS, like, you know, Foxy and whoever, they're tougher than you can imagine. Like, and I'm used to doing lovely shows, like maybe it's not Geordie Shore, you know, but like I'm a Celebs, you're Master Chefs, course trip, lovely things
your
like
Master
that.
Chef shit. Master Chef, amazing. Yeah.
Where like, you know, the camera gets put down, the people drop the camera, and like Ant and Dec go, just so you know, you're fucking smashing a fic. Or you know, or like, or you know, like John and Greg come over and they go, keep calm, you're doing well. You get those like really
Moments.
beautiful moments that bring you back down to earth and remind you it's just a TV show. Chill out, Vicky. You're in cancer. Like, relax. Like, have some fun. You get those moments, and but on like the hardest thing for me was on SAS. There is no moment like that. Like the camera crew can walk off, sure enough, but Ant Milton never drops that it's not an image, it's who he is, you know.
God,
so he doesn't give you like a pat on the shoulder and go, you're doing great, Vicky, keep going, like it's tough going, and he just looks at you like you're a piece of shit, and you think, I am a piece of shit, and I am. You're so right.
Did you have to do like any like training to go and do it? Like, because that is amazingly tough physically and mentally, but the physical aspect of that show.
I mean, I was woefully unprepared, which like I think has led me to have like such a difficult time out there, because so I did it in lockdown year, you know.
Oh Lord.
And mate, so like any other year, like I'm relatively physically fit, like especially I walk the dog miles, I fucking like Pilates, I train.
I love
with a
your dog, by
trainer.
the way. What an amazing dog.
You can have him if you want him, Ruth. He's a fucking pain in the arse at the minute. He's at adolescence. He's just humping us all the time, man. Yeah, I just non-stop. He's getting shagged off my lab.
I think we got our dogs at a similar time.
Did we?
Yes.
When
When did you get Milo, Vicky? When did you get Milo?
So I got him like in the summer. I've had him about 5 months now.
Yeah, same with Luna.
I got Luna.
And what breed's she, Ange?
Right, I always feel like a bit of a twat when I say this,
Yeah,
right?
it's a twatty breed.
It's a twatty breed, okay, but she's bloody wonderful. So she is a cavapuchon.
Oh, God. And she also has a coffee order as long as her arm and says she wants extra foam, dry, no whipped, chai,
actually
decaf latte.
I actually don't. I can't.
While she's walking her cavapuchon and having avocado on toast, darling.
Oh, Ange, I drink like green tea and I've got a lab. I feel like we're opposite ends of this spectrum.
Opposite ends of the spectrum.
Although I am not that coffee twat. I really am not. I'm the straight like white Americano. I'm not really any of that shit on there. But my dog, unfortunately, is the twat end of the dog. But she is wonderful and beautiful. But I totally get where you're coming from, because it is so hard at times because you love them so much, but bloody hell do
they're wankers.
test your patience, don't they?
Oh, absolutely. And I think that's the, like, me. I took Milo to see my dad yesterday, and like he did his usual trick, like he was jumping up and biting and everything. And my dad lives quite a small secular life. Like he was like he was like, what on earth, Vicky? Does this not hurt you? And I was like, Dad, like I just love him so much. Like you've got to look. And then next thing you know, Milo's like, my dad lives in a flat, so Milo's running around this flat with a toilet roll that he's found, and my dad's chasing him, going, because the weather's been so bad, my dad's not been out, and he's like, Milo, come back, it's my last one. What if I need a shit? I was like, Dad, honestly, like, you just never get a dog. Like, just never get a dog, because quite clearly you've got this little life that you love, and this chaos is not for you. So I think you have to really love them, Ange. And I do. I love him so much, like, far more than I love me fella. Like,
same.
You know, it's like, I'm just so obsessed with him. So that helps me when he's being naughty, and I'm sure you feel the same way with
Does he still, I mean, just to give you an instance, right, 4:00 this morning, I'm up because she's shitting on the floor in the bedroom. And you know, you're like, what the fuck is wrong with you? You went out to the loo before I went to bed. Why at 4 are you now needing a shit? So I'm downstairs at the door, it's bloody freezing. She's out there shitting, pissing. I'm like, for fuck's sake, man. So yeah, it really does get tough at times.
Five.
Right, Pattison. We have a little segment
cute
on our podcast called What's Getting on My Shitting Tits? And there is a lot that gets on my tits, and I am very interested to know, what does Vicky Pattison have that gets on her tits?
Oh, how long you fucking got, Ange?
Oh, we've got fucking ages. We have got fucking ages.
I'm so annoyed at loads of stuff at the minute, and I really want to blame it on my period, but I've just come off it. So
I get post-menstrual stress, though.
Do you?
Post-menstrual stress is a thing. It is a thing.
Whoa. Oh, buzzing, mate. Well, I've got that and all then. Right, well, that's getting on me tits. Oh, no. So, do you know what's really annoying me at the moment? Unsolicited dog advice.
Oh, yeah, that is a brilliant one. That is a fucking banging one.
Just fuck off.
Yes, Patty, I'm totally with you there, mate. I'm totally with you.
Honestly,
you know, people that slide into your DMs, they're like, oh, I wouldn't feed them that food if I were you. Did you hear they recalled 3 bags of that? Fuck off.
Tracy.
Tracy, Karen, whatever your name is.
Honestly, I swear to God, I could just go through my DMs at the moment, right? And there would be like a million different people telling me the most bizarre, insane, and I'd like to point out, contradictory information, but passing it off as gospel fucking fact, right? And I swear to God, it drives me, it takes all of my energy, and I am a nice person now. But it takes all of my energy not to be like, oh, honestly, just fuck off,
just
man.
Fuck off.
Like, you are not David Attenborough.
No,
you are not an expert.
Or Dr. Doolittle last time I checked. Can you talk to the animals? No, you fucking can't.
No, so don't tell me what Milo needs. Like, I want to tell myself that loads of it is coming from a really good place, but also I just think I would never slide into anybody's DMs, whether it be a dog mom, a real mom, any kind of mother, and tell them how to raise their child. Like, I would never overstep the boundaries like that. And I understand I might look like a bumbling idiot with Milo sometimes, but we are really happy.
Yes.
And I just get so mad when everyone patronises us about it, because I think, do you know my favourite one is when he was chewing shoes, mate, right? And he's having a bit of a go at it at the minute, right? And I know it's because he's grown, he's trying to assert his dominance, he's pushing the boundaries, he's working out who's in charge.
Yeah.
It's fucking not me. But he's... we've established that, Milo. But anyway, some woman comes into my DMs and goes, oh, he shouldn't be doing that, you know. Have you tried getting him a chew toy? Right.
What?
Hang on a
No
second.
shit, Sherlock. A chew toy. A chew toy? Are you joking?
You mean they do chew toys for dogs?
What? This is like brand new information.
I thought those bones were for me. I'm fuming, mate. Honestly, I just think it took all of my energy not to tell this woman to just go fuck herself. No,
Do you know what though? It's always like, I really feel like I've been watching your stories for a bit. And I really feel like I want you to know that. Okay, to be honest, I don't need to know that information. I didn't need it 20 minutes ago. I definitely don't need it now. Hiya, just thought I'd let you know that whenever a message request starts with, have you thought about, I'm like, fuck off. Fuck, I get it quite a lot. I've got a condition called polycystic ovarian syndrome, and I talk about it quite a lot on my social media, and my husband and I don't have kids because we haven't been able to, and I get so many people who are really well-meaning but come into my DMs and go, I don't know if you've heard, but there's this supplement. I'm like, fucking hell, I've been on this journey 9 years. I've shoved everything into my body. I've put my legs in the air. I've taken all the supplements. I've been to see a
I've shoved
gynecologist.
stuff up my bum.
I've shoved stuff in my fanny.
And that
You
wasn't
know,
anything to do with me illness. That was just
No, I
like for
just
the crack.
liked having stuff up my
That
bum.
was just for fun. That was just a bit of bum fun. And we all have a bit of bum fun every now and
I've
then,
done
don't
it
we?
with relation to this. You name it, I've done it. So I tell you what, just fuck off.
Yeah, honestly, I feel like I had one woman this morning, and I just won't talk about her because I feel like it's so sly. If she listens to this, she'll know exactly who she is.
She probably won't listen to this.
But she was so angry at me for putting Milo's poo on my Insta story, and she said it really triggered her and all of this stuff. And I was like,
Oh, God.
I'm trying
what?
so
Triggering.
hard. Yeah,
Triggering
She was
can go
like,
in shitting tits.
Yeah.
No,
Everyone's
you've got to be
triggered by
careful with
everything.
that. You've got to be careful with that, man. You have got to be careful.
Why?
Someone's going to listen to this
triggering.
and go, that's it, Ange just triggered me, because you just got to be careful. I mean, somebody being triggered by dog poo is ridiculous, but...
Yeah, that's what I'm on about. I'm on about
Ange, you're going to get
cats.
cancelled.
Well, cancel me then. Cancel me.
No, because if you get cancelled, I get cancelled.
Well,
that
tough
was
shit, Kat, tough
you
shit.
sounded like one of the Gallaghers there, like, cancel me. I feel like if they were like still shouting now, that's the type of thing they'd shout.
Oh my God, Ange,
Cancel
we
me.
are the Gallaghers.
We are actually.
We
yeah.
actually are.
Podcast Gallaghers.
Yeah.
You yobs.
I would be
You little
Liam.
yobs.
You would definitely be Liam.
Yeah, I'd be Liam. Yeah. You'd be
You
Liam.
said that in
No,
such
I'd be
earnest.
Liam. Which
No.
is the one? Which is the one who's a dickhead?
No.
Let me just Google which one of the Gallaghers is a dickhead.
Who was the front man?
Noel. Noel was the front man.
Yeah, I'm not him. You're him.
No.
You don't give a shit. That's Noel.
No, that's Liam. Liam's
No.
the one that's always big into the, fuck you, fuck this, I'm leaving. Liam is the
Liam is the
front man.
Yeah, you're Liam, Ange.
I always thought Noel was the front man.
No, I'm Noel. I'm the cooler, let's just get on with it vibe.
Oh no, it's really suggesting Liam is the biggest dickhead on here.
Yeah, you're Liam.
Yeah,
definitely.
I'm happy to be Liam. I wanted to be
you are
Liam.
You
I'm
are-
Liam.
you are Liam.
Yeah.
Liam was the one that said he ordered Domino's while he was on stage, and he's actually got it delivered on stage.
Did he? I don't know.
Yeah, didn't give a shit, and he was like, "I've just got my Domino's coming here, guys. Sit, bring it in." It's just
I mean,
started
Liam
to
actually
picture.
performed at Reading Fest this summer, and he was actually shit.
Yeah.
In my opinion, he was shit.
Not
Yeah.
surprised.
Yeah, I mean, he's not my type of sound anyway, to be
No.
honest, but I gave him the benefit of the doubt,
Yeah.
and actually just proved me right.
He fucked it.
He's
I've
shit.
got a shitting tits that I think you'll get on board with, Vicky, that I just wanted to share with you.
Hit me.
Go on.
Jeans get on my shitting tits, right? Because I can buy the same pair of jeans, exactly the same cut from the same shop. One of them is like, I can't get it over my bum. God, I can't even get my foot in it. And then you get it to the waist and you're like, fuck off. You're supposed to be a dress size 20. This is not. And then you try exactly the same pair on, and it's like, oh God, they fit perfect. What is that about?
Jeans are bastards.
Yeah, I do think jeans are a bit of a cunt trick. If it, they are. I just think they're so crap. Like
They are.
If it was me, right, and I always say this, like if I had a clothes shop, the first thing I'd do is make sizing really generous, and like not because like it's like I'm egotistical or I want to feel better about myself or anything, but because basically like if I went shopping and was like, oh, I'm in a 12 there, or oh, I'm in a 10 there, or like whatever, I'd be absolutely over the moon, and I'd know it'd make us feel good and I'd have a good day. And wouldn't that be nice for all of the women as well? I know we're so much more than a clothes size, but wouldn't it just be better? So I don't understand why every time I go shopping it feels like the sizes get smaller. I'm like, why do you want to hate ourselves? Because I've got a pair from last year that fit us absolutely fine.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah. It is an
Absolutely
absolute
perfect.
shitter.
And don't you dare blame lockdown weight. Don't anyone come at me and say, well, it's obviously because you've put on some pounds in lockdown. Fuck off.
Yeah.
That can also go in shit in tits box.
Oh, God. Have I noticed you've put on some weight?
Yes.
Have I noticed
Yes.
it's none of your business?
Yeah. Yes, I have
Yes, we
actually,
all
Karen.
have.
Yes.
Yes,
You've
Karen.
been sat around doing fuck all, Karen, for the last 18 months.
Karen hasn't. Karen's been out.
Karen's been out working out 24 hours a day.
Karen was one of them pricks who put a 5k time up, man. Nobody cares, Karen. Nobody cares.
Yeah.
Nobody cares about your sunrise yoga
Yeah.
or your green juice. Don't care about
fuck
any
off,
of
Karen.
it.
What is it with Karens?
I feel really bad because I bet you there's some really nice Karens out there sitting there like,
Yeah.
But the bad Karens ruin it for the rest of them.
they
Don't
do,
It's like
yeah.
one bad apple.
Yeah.
Now, I am going to bring you to a fact. So we have a segment on the show called Finding the Facts.
This is actually quite a new segment.
Very,
Pattison.
very new segment.
are you just trialing it? Am I your guinea pig?
No,
We've done a couple
we've
before,
done it
but we've never done it with a guest. We haven't ever done it with a guest, so you are guinea pig guest vibes.
Yeah.
Okay, come on then, hit me.
So we've stayed on brand and called it Finding the Facts.
Okay.
Finding the facts.
Ange does a little bit of a jingle.
Nice, Ange.
Finding the facts. I give a little click at the end.
Yeah,
very
Liam Gallagher
nice,
could
very
learn a
nice.
lot from you.
Totally.
Absolutely.
Where's the Domino's?
Yeah, somebody get a Domino's now and a
Where's
beer.
the shitting Domino's, kids?
Someone
Give
get
it a
a
minute.
pepperoni passion ASAP, fuckers.
ASAP.
Pepperoni passion.
That was
So-
good, Babs.
Yeah, well, the best thing to say in a Geordie accent is Rolla Costa.
Or undercrackers.
Undercrackers.
Undercrackers. I honestly, I
Me
absolutely
too.
love the Geordie accent. I
too.
do think it's one of my faves.
Same.
Oh, thanks,
I just wish
guys.
I could say more.
Me too.
In
It's
it.
one
I'm a
that
bit-
you lose. You can't really take the piss out of it for long, can you? Because you lose it.
It is a tough one. I even lose it. I live down south these days, and every so often I find myself slipping out of it a little bit. But yeah, I get a right bollocking off my pals. I've started calling myself Milo's mummy, and they're like, "You're Milo's ma," and I'm like, okay, I am Milo's ma.
Milo's ma.
No, that was terrible. No, that was
Bad. Yeah.
So, look, the facts that I've got for you, Vicky, do you know who the super vet is, Noel Fitzpatrick?
I don't think I do.
Oh, no, this fact is...
Have you ever seen the programme, The Super Vet?
I don't think so.
No.
No, I know this. I don't think. But do you know why? And it's not because I don't love animals. It's because I love animals too much, and I think
can't
that would
watch it.
it would
This
just get
fact isn't
very
gonna
upset.
work, then.
Is it
this
honestly?
fact isn't going to work.
Oh, don't. Whoa, let's not be so dismissive. There's
You
no.
don't know who the super vet is.
But I can imagine.
Yeah. Let's
I mean,
go
you
with
could
it.
Google
Let's
him.
go with it.
Or shall I Google him?
Google the super vet, have a look at him, get a vibe from his picture. So this is a guy who makes bionic limbs for animals.
Oh, he's like, he is
stop
the
it.
super vet.
Oh my
He
god,
honestly
his
is
program is
incredible.
actually amazing.
Yeah.
So he'll like take tiny puppies who have been knocked over by cars and make bionic limbs for them, like tiny little screwdrivers into their legs, save their life. He actually
Tiny little screwdrivers into
tiny little screws.
You see, I would. This is definitely too sad for me. Like just hearing this explanation has me welling
But it's
up.
also quite joyful.
Oh, very joyful. He actually saved Deck's dog.
His And he saved his own.
dog. Yeah, he did. He
I
did an operation.
love how you thought that was the angle that was going to get me into it. Like he saved Deck's dog. So
Yeah, you know Deck, fellow Geordie.
Yeah.
You know Deck, as in
King
I'm
of
Ant Deck, I'm
Newcastle,
Ant-Man,
yeah.
I'm Deck Pet. Those two. He saved his dog.
Yeah. Well, I can see him saving loads of animals here, but it does look
yes.
very sad to me. But I still want your fact. I'm now
Okay, so the fact
curious,
is,
George.
the fact is, Kathy Dennis, who is a big British songwriter,
Okay.
Have you
written
heard of
lots
Kathy
and lots-
Dennis?
Unfortunately, I don't know who Kathy is either, so we've really fluffed it.
she's
Okay,
written
fine.
loads and loads of songs. If you Google
Shall I
her, you would
Google
know
her
a
as
whole-
well?
You would know a whole
Google
host of her
Kathy.
songs.
Google Kathy. Let's get on. We're really Googling the shit out of everything. Carry on.
Dennis.
And Google, if you want to sponsor this
Sponsor
podcast, because we've said Google so many times, we'll happily fucking take it.
Oh, Kathy's very, very pretty, isn't she?
She
So-
is. Yeah.
Right, she's married to Alan.
She's
Alan,
written
Big
a
Al.
lot.
She's married to Big Al.
Of songs.
Big
She-
Al. Do they know it's Christmas?
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's written so many songs.
Fuck off all night long.
Yeah.
All night long.
Night long.
All
Gotta be
night.
careful of copyright. Gotta be careful of copyright.
Apparently you can do something like 25 seconds and they kind of do you.
There you
Oh,
go.
this is
Patterson.
good info to
Patterson's
know.
Patterson's bringing
coming
facts
with the
now.
facts.
Yeah.
That's a relevant fact.
Anyway, listen, Kathy also wrote the song Toxic, sung by Britney Spears.
That's amazing. This is
And
a fact
toxic.
within a fact.
This is a lot of facts.
Toxic is rumoured to be written about the super vet Noel Fitzpatrick because it was released the year they split up and she was devastated and she went on to pen Toxic as a result of that relationship.
No.
Yes.
Isn't that the best fucking fact
That
you've
is.
ever
That is. I mean, that is a mega fact. I
That's
think.
amazing. I
Now,
didn't
if you-
realise that's where
If
you were
you
going.
think about Noel Fitzpatrick, aka the super vet,
Yeah.
and then you think about the lyrics of that song,
Taste of your lips.
I've actually I've googled
The
Let's
lyrics.
chuck that Google in
Google.
there
Let's chuck
again.
another Google
I've
in
googled
there.
the lyrics.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
just so we can get an idea of maybe what Noel Fitzpatrick
It's like
Hit me. Lyrics.
So, the opening lyrics are, "Baby, can't you see I'm calling? A guy like you should wear a warning. I'm dangerous. I'm falling.
There's no escape.
There's no escape. I can't wait. I need a hit. Baby, give me it. You're dangerous. I'm loving it." And then you go into your classic, "With a taste of your lips, I'm alright. You're toxic, I'm slipping under." Yeah.
Oh my
And
God.
when I shared this with Ange, this fact with Ange just kept saying he's trying to anaesthetise. You should wear a warning. I'm falling. You're toxic.
Under? There's actually a line that says I'm slipping under as well.
Anaesthetising. He was anaesthetising her.
Oh, honestly, out of all the things I thought like that was going to be, that's not where I saw it ending up.
No. Can you believe Toxic? Now, if you watch an episode, oh God, I'm crying.
I'm not ever going to be able to listen to that the same way again.
You won't. You won't
Yeah.
be able to. I put it on after I found out this fact, and I was like, "Oh my God, this is about Noel Fitzpatrick, the super vet. He makes
Yeah.
bionic limbs for dogs."
So I've seen the way he looks, right, and he's not my type. I'm sure he's a lovely bit of kit for a woman of a certain age, but he's not my type. But what is his personality like? Does he give birth to charisma?
He's seen. Not
not
overly
really.
charismatic.
Just to be
He
clear, we're
seems-
obviously not saying that the super vet tried to anaesthetise Kathy. It's just to clear us of any kind of.
I feel like this podcast is absolutely going to have to come with a
that's it. It's gonna end our
disclaimer.
career.
It's going to have to come with a
I mean,
disclaimer. It's going to
our career
trigger
hasn't
a
even
lot of
started,
people.
and this is going to fucking end it, mate.
No, but he seems quite a sort of gentle sort of character,
Yeah.
doesn't he? He's very sort of calm.
It's always the quiet
very
ones.
sort of well mannered.
It's always
Exactly.
the ones.
You know, he gets his kit out and bang, you're slipping under. That's what's happening. I mean, the fact that he might have even got some of his little screwdrivers out.
Yeah.
You know,
He's
Patsy
got mini
referenced
screwdrivers.
his mini
to put the screws
screwdrivers.
in.
Yeah.
Do you want to hear
on.
a fact from me?
Yes, always.
Bring it, Pattison.
I've got one, and you got me thinking about it, Ruth, when you started talking about the animal fella, the vet.
Neil.
Right, Neil.
Noel.
Noel.
I don't know who Neil is, but his name's Noel. Anyway,
Neil Fitzpatrick.
carry on, Victor, whatever your name is.
So hang on, is it Noel or Neil?
It's Noel.
Noel.
It was Noel.
Sorry, Noel.
Yeah.
Right. So Mr. Fitzpatrick. Anyway, right. So listen, when you know what elephants. So the same chemical gets released in an elephant's brain when they look at us. That gets released in our brain when we look at puppies. They think we're really cute.
Elephants I love that fact.
Isn't it quite nice? Yeah.
Oh,
So
I love elephants.
we're like little puppies to elephants. So think of that, man. How nice is that? So I should always be nice to
that is
elephants.
So when they look at us, they're like, "Oh my god, they're so
They're
cute."
They want to
Yeah.
play with us.
Yeah. They
They
do.
want to play with us and have fun. Great fact.
That is amazing.
I hope it's true now. I've said it on the podcast.
Well, we're saying it's true.
Yeah,
That's
that's
it.
And
fact
if
it
we
up.
get sued, Pattison
When
will
it's-
coming straight to you, mate.
Who's going to sue elephants? All the things yous have said on here. And you think elephants are going to get together and write a letter and sue her? Fuck off, Prue.
True that.
Also, I think, basically, once it's on Finding the Facts, that
It's
then
true.
becomes truth.
Yeah,
so,
truth.
You legitimise said fact.
Nice vocab there, Pattison. Legitimise.
Look, Vicky, we always end our podcast with a slightly more serious segment.
Ooh, okay.
We've talked about lots of different things. Ange has been through the early menopause. We've talked about that. We've talked about addiction. We've talked about infertility. Lots and lots of different things. And you've been really vocal on your own kind of platforms about your own mental health, really. You've also talked yourself about your own fertility, haven't you?
Yeah, mate. Like, this is all still so raw for me.
Yeah.
Obviously, like, as a woman in her 30s, like, there's things you've grown through and things you've kind of, like, got your head around, like body positivity. Like, I finally think I've got my head around that, I know I'm done trying to make my body look a certain way. Like, I like cheese and chocolate too much. You know, like, all this.
Same.
But, with your 30s comes this, like, fresh wave of shit. And, like, for me, it has definitely brought with it some like fertility issues, so I don't want to upset anyone, because I know everyone has such individual journeys, but I have real I've really suffer with my periods, like quite painful. And I came off so I'd been on the contraceptive implant for like 15 years. From when I was like at uni, and it was like this year I kind of sort of said to myself, listen, I'm losing the plot here. Like, for 3 weeks of the month, I just actually don't recognise myself. I am, like erratic. I can't articulate myself properly. Like crying 1 minute and then like hysterically happy the next. There's just, there's got to be something that's not right here, because it just... everybody can't be going through this, that was kind of my thought. So I went to see a doctor, and she said, like, the first thing I'd completely advocate is you getting the implant out your arm. So I did. I got it out, and for like the last 8 months or so, I've been living synthetic hormone free. And my body's been trying to find balance and an equilibrium, and I suppose I expected a certain amount of heavy bleeding, pain, all the rest of it, as my body found its happy medium again. But like, I just knew something still wasn't right. So I've been to see the doctor again, and pushed for tests, and I don't think we should have to push for tests. I don't think we should have to be in this amount of pain to get basic like reproductive like health care. Anyway, so I went and got all my abdomen scanned, ultrasound, etc., and they found a 4-centimetre cyst on one of my ovaries.
God.
Oh my
No,
god.
which is quite large, and
Yes.
so, and there's some more cysts on the other sides, and things I couldn't see quite clearly and stuff. So it explains why my periods are so painful for starters, but also poses problems if I would like to conceive naturally. And like, I've just received this information, lasses, so like it's all proper raw, and I'm a little bit emotional about it, but yeah, that is where I stand at the moment. So I'm going to obviously tell everyone on social media. Like, I kind of help myself, I kind of keep a secret. You didn't even press us on that, and I tell you everything. So, and I think as well, I owe it to everybody if you have a bit of a platform to be honest about this kind of stuff. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna talk about that on Instagram soon, and I'm just gonna hopefully start navigating it and work like taking like what steps going forward are best for me. Whether that be like surgery, whether that just be monitoring it, who knows? Because I haven't got kids, and I don't know if motherhood is for me or what. But you know, it just feels, I don't know. It feels like a door I didn't want to have closed, if that makes sense. So,
And I think that's true, isn't it? I think, you know, if you have a choice as to whether you want to have children or not, it's very different to having that choice completely removed from you.
110%.
And I've definitely, like, the last 9 years have been that exact journey for me of like, haven't been able to have children. I'm probably coming to a stage now where I think about myself being child free rather than childless, but that is something that has taken a huge amount of time and grieving, and will continually be something I grieve, that I've never been able to be a mum. But I think that first point of diagnosis is a very heady mix of relief. Somebody has found something isn't right and I'm relieved by that, versus, God, I'm terrified about the unknown and what this means for my future.
That is it. Like, and I haven't, you know, I'm, like I say, I'm terrible at keeping secrets. And I verbalize everything, you know. I'm like, I always put my whole self out there on social media and with everybody and all the rest of it. And whether it's TV shows, books, podcasts, whatever, I'm just honest. But like, I haven't spoke about it yet, and it's not because I plan on keeping it to myself. It's because I haven't quite processed it yet.
Yourself, yeah.
Like, I don't know, you know, and like, I know there's some, God, like yourself, Ruth, like, and who's in a lot further down the line of this than me, and you know, potentially in a even more difficult situation. But I still just can't ignore the fact that I'm upset. And
have
like,
they given you any? So, do you have at the moment any indication of kind of what that next sort of step looks like? Or is it literally like, okay, I've just been given this information and I still don't really know what would happen next or what the plans are?
It's fresh. So I literally was just there on Thursday.
Wow.
So
God.
I know. So you get your results of scans relatively fast. You know, they can see what they need to see. But I had loads of blood tests and stuff done. I'll be getting those results today. So, you know, have I got PMDD? Is there something else at play as well? Which is why I don't recognise myself on my periods. Or is it just these cysts being so painful that I am actually losing myself through it?
What is PMDD? I've not heard of
premenstrual. Oh God, I'll Google it.
It's about
It's essentially heightened period symptoms.
Yeah, so it's like, so lots of women can think about taking their own life and stuff like that with PMDD. It's like a complete, it's like PMS on steroids basically,
110%.
and it can spiral women into very deep depressions before their period. You know, not just like I'm stressed and I'm crying, like absolutely devastatingly horrible consequences around periods and emotions.
It's depressive symptoms. Like, it's almost like the world would be better off without me.
Yeah,
and
it's all of that stuff.
It's horrific.
It is. It's awful. It's a very, very debilitating condition, which isn't spoken about enough, actually.
Completely agree.
Vicky, are you happy for us to like use this in our podcast, or would you rather we just kind of didn't, and we can talk about something else? Like, how?
Don't be daft, babe. That's really sensitive of you, and I appreciate you being so thoughtful. But honestly, like, when I say I'm an open book, I really am.
Yeah. And I think that is one of the things.
Oh
that
God, definitely.
I love about you, and I think that's what lots of people love about you, is this absolute genuine authenticity. Like, there is no bullshit. Like, this is me. If you don't like it, piss off. If you like it, stick around. And I absolutely love that about you. And I think in this kind of the social media world we live in now, I think we need more people like you to be honest, to be real, to say when it's shit, to say when it's great. And I absolutely love that. And one of the things we sort of talked when Pats and I were doing our prep was about your kind of the time when you were on I'm a Celeb, and how, like, I obviously, as we've spoken about, I didn't really watch Geordie Shore. I've never watched Geordie Shore. So I knew who you were, but I didn't really know anything about you. And I remember I was watching it with my kids, and we were like, we just want Vicky to win.
Yeah.
We love Vicky.
Yeah, big time.
Because you were just brilliant.
Thanks,
and
man.
I wondered if, like, that was that a point for you that you felt like you were actually really able to show this is the real me of all the other shit that I've done, of all the other programs you've seen me on? This is me and this is who I am. And was that helpful for you at that time?
So for me, the I'm a Celebrity process was such a pivotal moment in my career and my life in general. Like, before I went on that show, I was probably relatively unknown, unless you are between about the ages of like 16 to 24, like a very niche demographic. And even if you knew who I were, the chances are you didn't like us. I was divisive as a character, you know? And then beyond that, there is such preconceived notions and ideals around reality TV stars, in particular ones from Geordie Shore, you know? So everyone thought, and that show, when I was announced I was going in, like, Twitter exploded. That was like the medium at the time, and it was get her out. We don't want her in. What's she gonna do? She's gonna ruin it. And I understand people are protective of I'm a Celeb. It's a British institution. It's one of my favourite shows. But what did they honestly believe I was gonna do? Like, walk in and like call everyone cunts and fucking do Jaeger bombs and slut drop on Ant and Dec? Like, it's just insane.
That would have been entertaining.
Absolutely, don't get me wrong, but so I can understand it to a certain point, but within 24 hours of me going in, I was the favourite to win.
Yeah.
Oh my
and I
gosh.
stayed that way till the very end.
Yeah.
And like, no disrespect to any of me amazing campmates, like, I won by a landslide, and I love the show for giving me the opportunity to show that I'm a team player. I'm kind. I'm compassionate. I'm articulate. All these things, and I'm not that person that they believed I was. You know, in Geordie Shore, 100 hours of footage goes into make 42 minutes of show.
Wow.
You know, like, they can make you be anything you want, and I'm not suggesting for any single second I wasn't an arsehole at times, because I was, and I've got to take that on the chin. Like, I'm all
We're
about...
all arseholes at times, Vicky. Yeah.
But I'm not an arsehole all the time. And,
No.
and
Oh God, no.
I'm a Celebrity allowed me to show everybody that, and like, I'll just it always be grateful for everything I've got off the back of that, like, whether it be like work or...
You've also really openly spoken about your relationship with alcohol, haven't you? And kind of your up and down. I read an amazing quote by Bryony Gordon a couple of weeks ago, who said that alcohol in her life has masqueraded as a relaxant rather than a depressant, and it's been playing an Oscar-winning action role for years in her life. It was showing up as this thing that relaxes you, and alcohol is such an interesting one, isn't it? Because we all have very strong opinions about Class A drugs and whether people do drugs or not, but actually the social acceptance of alcohol, especially in the UK, especially with shows like Geordie Shore that are made off the back of binge drinking, in terms of like your alcohol use, and you speak very openly about your mental health and how that's been up and down, as it is for everybody, I think. But in terms of your alcohol usage and stuff, what lessons have you learnt, I suppose, along the way?
I think, like, that is a great quote, and like, it's taken me to, I think, late 20s I started to realise that I'd abused alcohol at points in my life, you know. Again, it is completely socially acceptable in this country to binge drink, you know, or at least it was when I was younger. I know we're being far more progressive, and younger generation are taking huge leaps to being, I suppose, a different generation, you know. I see a lot more of them like doing yoga and hiking than ever was in my day. We just used to get a bottle of 2020 and drink down the park.
Right. I want to be in your camp. I don't want to be hiking and yoga.
So I think alcohol is a depressant, and because it's legal, we are tricked into believing like it's okay, and it's madness, because it's the only drug that you're made to feel bad about not doing. You know, like, if someone's a raging cokehead, you're like, they're a disgrace. If someone's mainlining heroin, you're like, oh my god, help that. But you know, if someone's not drinking at a party, you're like, what's fucking wrong with you?
What's wrong with you?
What? No.
So
Like, we need to change our attitudes towards it. Like, if one of my mates walks out on a night out and goes like, oh, I'm not drinking, or oh, I'm doing dry Jan, I'm doing sober October, sober, I'm like, fucking good for you, mate.
Yeah.
Well done.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, you've obviously, whether you've noticed destructive patterns, whether you yourself feel like you need a break, whether you just want to reset, whether you want to prove it doesn't have a hold on you that you potentially think it might. All these things are incredible. Don't think I'm not going to be the wind at your back. I'm going to support you here.
Yeah.
So I think we all need to change the way we think about alcohol. Over the last couple of years, I've changed the way I drink. And I think maybe that was the trajectory I was on naturally. Whether you're in your 30s, everyone just calms down, or whether it's something I've not done so organically and done through real self-reflection. I didn't like who I was when I was really drunk. I don't know many great drunks. You know, good on a couple of glasses of wine, fair enough. You know, I'm funnier, I'm louder, I'm a laugh. Everyone likes Vicky on a couple of glasses of wine, but Vicky after 10 Jaeger bombs, straight dickhead. And I don't know many people who are nice after that much.
Did you ever find that, like, it was more that you'd go out with the intention, I'm just going to have a few, but then there was no, like, off switch? Like, is that something that you kind of... Because that's what I sort of think sometimes with people that I've known that have kind of gone out for a few and then gone absolutely mental. And it is that difference between knowing to kind of stop or just going, fuck it, this is it, I'm going to go crazy. Was that...
Groundhog
Have
Day.
you ever felt that? Yeah.
I have an addictive personality, and it's not something that I've ever hidden. And I think if you follow me at all, it's quite apparent.
Yeah.
Like if I'm gonna lose weight, or if I'm gonna like try and be healthier, like I'm gonna be fucking counting how many blueberries I put on my porridge like a nutcase, you know. Or if I want to. If I'm having a party, like I'll be the last one standing. Like, unfortunately, that's how I'm wired. So I've had to really work hard to find balance in my life and realise, like, God, like, being healthy isn't about being super skinny, Vicky. Like, you don't have to weigh yourself every day. You don't have to, like, you don't have to be doing, like, 3 exercise classes. Like, allow it, you know? Being healthy is about balance and enjoying your life and having a couple of drinks here and then. So balance is something I've really had to work at, because it's not something that comes naturally to me.
Yeah.
But I'm finding I think I'm finding it. 34. Shit. It's took us a while.
Do you know what, Vicky?
You are
like,
bloody wonderful.
I have been excited for this and to meet you, and I think, you know, we are so grateful that you've given us your time. But for me, more than anything, like as we come to the end of this podcast, I just want to say that you are exactly as you appear publicly. There's not many people that you meet that you go, fucking hell, she is the same, sat on Zoom in a podcast record with 2 girls that she doesn't really know, as she is when she is on TV. Like, you are just consistently yourself. And I think if there's any message that we could send anybody listening to this, it's that just be consistently yourself.
Be more Vicky.
Be more Patty Son.
Be more Patty Son.
You've made me so happy.
Anyway, look, we have come to the end of another episode. There's loads of places. Obviously, you'll all know where you can find Vicky, but she's on social media. Vicky Pattison is her name. As well as social media, you can find Vicky on all podcast platforms. Vicky, what's your podcast called?
It's called Vicky Pattison, The Secret To. And I have like a really nice chat with some lovely guests. And then right at the end, we give you guys a little takeaway, a little secret too. So it could be the secret of being fabulous at 40, the secret to longevity, the secret to getting over heartbreak. And rumour has it, you 2 lovely ladies have agreed to do mine as well.
Yes, we're so excited. We can't wait. We're so
Pod
excited.
swap.
So you can find...
What are you saying?
Pod swap.
Pod swap.
Oh, pod swap. So what are you saying? Parslop.
Parslop.
I thought you were going to say parsnip, and then I was like, right, that is all I'm going to say from now on. Parsnip instead of pod swap. Parsnip.
So you can find Vicky Pattison, The Secret To, on all major podcast platforms.
And you can also find... Sorry, I forgot my little bit there. I mean, I don't have a big bit normally, so this is just my little bit. You can also find us on Facebook. Just search Finding the Funny Podcast.
But listen, Vicky, we are so grateful to you for your time, for your attention with us, for all the fun you've given us, for the laughs. This is
for all the techno shit we had to go through to get here.
I can't wait to listen to this episode. It's going to be absolutely amazing.
Thanks so much,
so
guys.
thank you so much, Vicky, for joining us. You've been wonderful.
You've been bloody marvellous. I mean, that wasn't Geordie. What would you say? How would you say bloody marvellous in Geordie?
Oh, I don't think any Geordies ever said bloody marvellous.
What would you say then?
Fucking class.
Fucking class. That was fucking class, mate.
Right.